Nancy, what's wrong? Nancy, why are you so upset? I'm going to share with you a video where Pelosi absolutely goes bonkers on a reporter when confronted about why she refused the National Guard during J6. If this is the video, I'm telling you guys, if you know anybody, maybe a coworker, a neighbor, a family member, they keep bringing up, well, what about J6? What about J? This is the one you want to share with them because former Capitol Police Chief Steve's son brings receipts. And so do I. This is the video. But first, let's go to the amazing footage. Watch this.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Okay. Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Ooh, Nancy is very, very upset. Why? Why are you so upset, Nancy? If you had nothing to do with it, if you're so innocent, why are you getting so upset? Look at the way she viciously, maliciously sticks her finger in that young, decent, it was just a question. People still have questions about these things. How dare you? See, when it's not the woke apparatus that constantly kowtows and kisses these heathens' asses, they just absolutely lose it. They can't face any scrutiny. Remember the video I shared with you of Hakeem losing it on Representative Lawler, as well as Ratty Raskin losing it on our buddy Nick Sortor, which I shared that video as well, and Maxine Klingon Waters. Anytime they get confronted with truth, they absolutely lose it. But check this out. Former Capitol Police Chief's son posted this on X, and this, to me, says it all, and I've got a few more. Check this out. So here's the former chief of the U.S. Capitol Police calling out Nancy Pelosi, saying she repeatedly denied multiple requests. He posted this saying, ma'am, let me help refresh your memory. It was your sergeant at arms who repeatedly denied my multiple requests for National Guard assistance before and on January 6th. Even on January 6th, your sergeant at arms denied my urgent requests for over 70 minutes. Think about it, my fellow Americans and global citizens. Over an hour. While he was, quote, running it up the chain, end quote, for your approval. The Pentagon offered National Guard assistance, but I had to decline because your sergeant of arms would not grant me the legal authority as required under federal law. And then he posted this. When I say receipts, I mean receipts. He has a timeline stamped. You could see January 3rd at 9:24 a.m. Pelosi Sergeant at Arms Irving says, I don't like the optics. So these are all of former chief of police, Capitol Police of Washington, D.C., all of his requests. Check this out. January 3rd at 11:53 a.m. Senate Sergeant at Arms Stenger concurs with Irving. We don't like the optics. What does that mean? Why? Well, if you're so concerned about sealing this election, if you're so confident that this election was legitimate, if you're so, innocent of this debacle that now we have proof from our intelligence agencies that it wasn't just 12 FBI informants, it was over 270 FBI informants who were essentially spurring on protesters who were peaceful to raid the Capitol. This was all architected by Pelosi. January 6, 12:58 p.m. Irving needs to, quote, run it up the chain. Denied. Denied on January 6, 1:05 p.m. Stegner won't override Pelosi's Sergeant of Arms. January 6, 1:21 p.m. Denied request. Stegner still waiting on Irving. January 6, 1:28 p.m. Denied again. Irving waiting for the okay from Pelosi. 1:34, still waiting. Denied again. 1:39, Senate waiting to concur with the House. Denied. 1:45, Irving says, okay, coming soon from Pelosi. Denied again. January 6 at 2:01 p.m., Irving stresses, okay, any minute from Pelosi, and not until after pretty much the FBI, Pelosi, Schiff, all of the ridiculous Hippocrats, probably architected by Obama himself. I'm not afraid to say that because everything we found out about that traitor in chief is absolutely repulsive and has bubbled up to the surface that he is literally one of the worst things that ever happened in the United States of America. Only after the entire crisis and debacle had been played out on all the woke media apparatus sites and networks, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, only then at 2:08 p.m., Irving gives authority from Pelosi and Stegner concurs. You think you're ever going to see that on CNN or any other ABC, NBC? You think you're going to see any of these receipts anywhere? No, of course not. You're only going to see them here. Plus, I've got more. Here is the leaked video of Pelosi in the car on the day of, essentially admitting it was our fault, it was our responsibility, taking it out, like all Democrats do, taking it out on everybody else but themselves. She's taking it out on her staff. Check this out.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they had. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
You see the hypocrisy, everybody. There were like 10 requests from Chief Sund. Denied. We don't like the op. What the hell does that mean? And now she gets in the car after the chaos. And I almost feel like that was leaked on purpose because they're so conniving. They're so Frank Underwood, House of Cards. They have their main skill. Their PhDs are all in pure deception, duplicitous, dishonest behavior. 1,000%. This leaked video probably wasn't by accident. She wanted to alleviate herself. I wouldn't be surprised if she had a meeting with some $1 million attorneys and said, look, Trump is going to come after me. What can I do? Well, here's one option. Make sure that video gets leaked of you reprimanding your staff and saying, why didn't we have Capitol Police? I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. You might be looking right now, shaking your head, being like, no, come on, Nez. No, this is how I know these people. I've worked with these people. They're all academics in sheep's clothing. They have no skills. They can't build. They can't innovate. They're not creative. They don't have any original thoughts. These are who they are. I would not be shocked if that was the case. And I've got one more receipt for you, too. Here's Nancy saying it was a mistake on camera. It was a mistake that we didn't have the Capitol Police there. Watch this.
Succeeded in stopping the validation of the President of the United States. How many times did the members ask, are we prepared? Are we prepared? We're not. Prepared for the worst. We're calling the National Guard now. Should have been here to if they stop the proceedings, we will have totally failed. And we've got to take some responsibility for not holding this authority accountable for what could have happened.
All of these guys, they just screech guilt. They are scared to death because the chickens have come home to roost. Their master plan of getting a Biden two-term, they didn't count on dementia. They didn't count on this guy losing his marbles and becoming a full-blown vegetable in chief. They planned on Kamala winning. They thought there's no way. He beat Hillary. Okay, maybe. But he's not going to beat Kamala. There's no way he's going to beat Kamala. This guy, was raided by Mar-a-Lago. He had classified. All sham. He's a convicted felon. All sham. They thought for sure Kamala was going to win. They thought they're going to get away with everything. Their plan was to imprison him, assassinate him, murder him, debank him, smear him, all these things. God has a bigger plan, though, y'all. God has a bigger plan, and I thank God, the Lord above. Oh, I love you, God. Thank you so much. Obama was on a podcast recently saying, we can't have citizens it's the same disgusting, lazy, atrociously dishonest language that you hear from all these ridiculous woke media networks. They're sweeping brown and black people when he knows full well, because he architected it. He was the master planner, letting all these illegal criminals into our country. He doesn't care. Has he mentioned Patty Marin once? Has he mentioned Jocelyn Nungare once? None of the Democrats have. Just like none of them removed their endorsement from that heathen demon ghoul, Jay Jones, whose texts were leaked, that he actually wanted his opponent's wife to watch his opponent's children be unalived right in front of him. He wanted that. And they're all, well, see these young Republicans and these college kids, which was all taken out of context. I already talked about that. Full-blown lie. They weren't counting on this. They weren't counting on any of this. And now it's all coming back. Karma, baby. It's a beautiful thing. And she's trying to cover her tracks. J6 was a hoax. Russia collusion was a hoax. The Biden laptop turned out to be real. The Biden crime syndicate turned out to be real. The 2020 election turned out to be rigged. Everything. Trump was right about everything. And now we need to see some accountability. Now we need to see these people get charged, put in front of a judge, and God willing, put in the right place, the rightful place where they all belong, which is behind bars. These are acts of sedition. This is treason. This is mutiny of the highest order. These are people who had control of the government 12 of the last 16 years, and they have pumped the most evil, cancerous contagion, DEI woke ideologies, into the arteries of America, and have created poisons that are going to take decades to remedy. And it all starts now. And you can help by tapping that thumbs up, because our mission here is to make common sense go viral. You're not going to see any of this stuff anywhere else. It doesn't cost you a thing. Tap the thumbs up. It helps us out immeasurably. Share, leave a comment. I can't wait to get your thoughts. I can't wait to read your comments. Let me know where you're joining me for too. What city, what state, what country. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know down below. I love you. Thank you for watching. Check out these videos coming on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss out. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.